Knights fans, welcome back to another edition of the Knights Baseball Roundup, joined by head coach Justin McKay. Justin, how you doing today?
Doing excellent, thank you.
All right, so let's recap a little bit about this past weekend. You guys went down to North Carolina, some tough games here. Picked up a big win over Army. That was a two-day game, correct?
Yeah, we had a halter game. We played the first four on Friday and then had to move it to Saturday, which was one of 3 games for us.
Later that day, you dropped a doubleheader to Dartmouth. Very two tough games, though. Can you just talk a little bit about that and see what can you guys take from those 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, Army was very good program. They had an impressive lineup. They had an impressive pitching staff, an impressive coaching staff. So, I mean, it was a good win. That game could have went either way. So, it's good to compete with a program of that caliber. And Dartmouth, played very well against us. They pitched very well. They made very few mistakes. We have to get better. Biting off 3 games in one day was probably a lot. But to the team's credit, they wanted it. They wanted to play it. But we lose 2, and we got to get better.
Now, through 5 games into the season, Coach, you guys are 2-2-1. What can you guys feed off that with for your players?
I mean, just focus on the next game. Friday, CSU Bakersfield, very quality opponent. Should be a great environment, great atmosphere. But, not too much feeding off this and that. Just we got to focus on winning Friday's game.
You mentioned Cal State Bakersfield fans. The Knights have 4 games coming up against Cal State Bakersfield from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Are you guys finally excited to get out to warm weather, possibly?
Yeah, I mean, we're checking the weather, and it looks all good, and that's kind of why you spend the money and you go out to the West Coast, Southern California, in hopes that you get that. And we hope it's a good trip. We got some things planned for them, and we'll be out there 6 days, and we'll conclude. We'll play 4 games in CSU Bakersfield, and then we'll conclude against California Baptist, who started the season 9-0. So they're a very good program too on Wednesday. So yeah, I mean this is what we scheduled this trip for. Hopefully we get great weather and a great atmosphere.
For this California trip here, a lot of teams use that as bonding time for your team. You guys have such a young team this year. How important is it for you guys to mesh on this trip, have fun, play competitive baseball, and come home with some wins?
Yeah, I think these guys are there. I think they mesh well. I think these guys hang out like 20 people at a time, and I just think they're gonna have fun with their teammates and work hard. And they've done a good job, even though being so young, they've done a good job of separating fun and separating when it's time to work. But again, I mean, right now we're only 500, so we got to keep getting better.
Now, the Northeast Conference is a very good baseball league, as you know. Bryant and LU Brooklyn, 2 of the top teams in the league, picked up wins over Virginia Tech and Georgia. But let's not forget about FDU here. This is not the same FDU team. Is there a message you want to send to the NEC about the new Knights this year?
I mean, we got to play them. So I think the play will handle, whatever message we do send. I mean, I've been telling a lot of people, I think this will be one of the best years ever in the NEC. The coaching staffs, one of the biggest things I've noticed since being in 2010 when I came here is the coaching staffs up and down, throughout the whole staff have just gotten really good, which then they bring in really good players and then they develop them too. So I feel that this is going to be one of the best years ever in the NEC, especially non-conference. I mean, you have Bryant, who just won 2 out of 3. You have Virginia Tech. You had LIU, who just beat Georgia, who was undefeated and ranked 9th in the country at that time. And, Wagner had 38 wins last year. And so I just this doesn't surprise me. The league is extremely old. The other thing is the league is extremely senior and junior heavy. So this is the year for a lot of these programs to go get those wins and that's why I think they're scheduling the way they're scheduling, because they know they're older and they know that this is the time where they gotta, strike and get those big PR wins. But I'm not surprised at all. I expect our conference plays to be just absolute battles. I hope our plan is to be competitive in each game.
You mentioned it just at that statement right there, how the league is a very upperclassmen league, juniors and seniors. But for you guys, through 5 games in, you've had some freshmen step up big in big-time situations and big-time games. Go ahead, talk about the team. Defense, hitting, some pitchers in the bullpen there. You're freshmen. How important are they going to be for the season?
Yeah, I mean, well, every player, not just to single out the freshmen. Every single player that contributes as our guys are learning. The thing is that they're young, so they're learning the importance of having to take things seriously. They're learning the importance of how one error can create a major issue throughout a game. So it's, every single, whether it's a junior, senior, or freshman, is important. But what it is about the young guys is that they're getting acclimated. They're learning what this level is. We had a miscue on a fly ball, and all of a sudden the inning was a 2-3 run inning quickly. And if we don't have the miscue, there's no runs. So they're learning that. Like how you have to. It's not a I want to make that. They need to make the play. And I'm proud of, as far as how we've conducted ourselves. I'm proud of how we've been able to come to compete. But again, we're only 500 right now, and we need to continue to progress.
Justin, I want to thank you for your time this week, and best of luck. Knights fans, reminder, FDU has a 4-game swing against Cal State Bakersfield coming up this weekend. It will be Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Western Time. Until next time, I'm Jeremy Clausen, Justin McKay. Have a good day, folks.